Hey everyone, I'm Mitchell, and welcome back to Let's Unpack That. This past fall, I had the opportunity to meet so many cool people at a variety of events put on by the Harris campaign, and I'm so excited to be joined by one of them today, Jack Schlossberg. Welcome to Let's Unpack That.
Hey Mitchell, it's so great to see you. And we did meet, and it was we had a great time. We were at Marquette, right?
Yes, at a meet and greet.
We were at a meet and greet.
Yes, I was the only non-college student there, and the only guy, I think, too.
Yeah, I remember it similarly.
Well, because I was doing my thing on that day, and then someone from the campaign emailed me, and they were like, "Hey, do you want to come to this event right now?" And I'm like, "Sure, I'll go."
It was a sick event.
Yeah, it was
a sick
fun.
event. The energy in that room was palpable. It was really fun. It actually was really fun, and it was my first time in Wisconsin.
Yeah, but before we get into that, Jack, I love to start these episodes off with hyperfixations. For anyone who's not familiar with what that is, I feel like I have a different obsession or something that I just can't get enough of. Like my TikTok For You page is feeding me posts with one like on the topic. That's how plugged in I am, and it's always super niche. So I love to have this segment to each share something that we've been obsessed with. It's a safe space to share those things that maybe you wouldn't share, otherwise.
Perfect. You came to the right place. I have many. Is it okay if I have a couple?
Yes, I can start, Jack.
Okay.
I've had a few currently as well. There was just Love Island that ended. I was plugged into that. Democracy was back on that show. I don't know if you've ever watched Love Island or seen any of the discourse, Jack, but that show really does. Right? Yes, well, it gives me hope for democracy.
Why?
Because America votes.
Oh, really?
It's a dating show that's filmed in real time in Fiji.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, so it comes out every day, and then we vote for the winners, and people get kicked out and stuff.
Sick.
Yes, and it always has a super diverse cast, and we do our best. America does their best to pick the right winner, which is good, But anyways, that was my hyperfixation. But then in the past week, maybe, this is really Wisconsin of me, so don't judge too much. But I have been locked in on the cheese curds from Cousin Subs, which is a sub shop. It's a chain in Wisconsin. It is so hard to find fast food cheese curds here that are good. Yeah, have you ever had a cheese curd? You have one at Culver's,
yes,
right?
And I recently drove through, and I sampled a few different kinds. And I would say that there is a big difference between cheese curds. There's premium, and there's some that I didn't like.
Yes, Culver's is definitely. I'll say it for you if you were thinking it is not.
No,
the best.
I liked Culver's.
Oh, really?
Yes,
really?
I'm saying I got two. I got a bad kind at a gas station.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they probably weren't fresh.
Yeah, they probably weren't fresh.
That's the downfall. You need them to be crispy. And Jack, if you have a good cheese curd, it's like heaven on earth. This is an opposing take than what you have, but in my opinion, Culver's is 2 thumbs down.
You don't like Culver's. Well, it was my first cheese curd. So
I like Culver's in general. But
yeah.
There's so much more that you can explore, Jack. If you come to Wisconsin again, it's my mission to make sure that you have good cheese curds. Okay, and there are good places in Milwaukee. This is where you need to go. But the thing with Culver's is that their skin or on the cheese curd is too thick. It's like a mozzarella stick almost in terms of the thickness. True. In my opinion, a good cheese curd has a super thin breading.
Okay.
And it's so fresh that it just melts in your mouth. You don't even taste.
Okay, so Culver's, they were fried.
Mm-hmm.
Or whatever, right?
Yes.
But at the gas station, you can buy them in packages and they're not fried.
Oh, wait. When I say cheese curds, Jack, I mean fried cheese curds.
Because those are better, right, than the ones that I got at the gas station.
Sure. I mean, you were probably just having literal curds of cheese.
Yeah, little curds of cheese. I liked them, but they weren't as good as fried cheese curds, for sure.
Yes. Okay. So what I'm talking about is fried cheese curds, and there is different levels. And shout out to From Brewery in Milwaukee. They have the best cheese curds.
Shout out. Wait, but what was the place that you liked? It was a sub shop.
Yes. Cousins cheese curds are the best fast food cheese curds you can get.
Okay.
Because they're made fresh and they have a thin breading. 10 out of 10 no notes. Yes. Absolutely. Okay, Jack, what are your hyperfixations?
I'll go food first because lately I've been hyperfixated on. Do you know about they're orange Keebler crackers, and they're cheese and peanut butter, and you can get them anywhere?
No.
Oh my gosh, they're classics, dude. They are so
Okay.
good. And they're these little crackers, and it's like cheese with peanut butter. They're not cheese. It's like a cheese cracker.
Yeah,
Keebler.
yeah. Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
good. I've been crushing
Okay.
those. Okay, I've been
Okay.
crushing also red Gatorade. I used to not like
Okay.
the flavor red Gatorade. I used to be an
Mm-hmm.
orange and a blue Gatorade person, and I would never get red Gatorade.
Why
And
red
lately,
now?
it's just good. It's just really good. And it's just
Yeah.
been quenching. It's been quenching. And I think that also because I think why I started is because they're trying to take away the red food dye from us.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to make sure that I savor it and make sure. And I was like, I want to make sure that this stuff, if I never get to have this again, I want to make sure that I got to have enough of it, and I developed a taste for it.
Yeah, you became addicted to it now.
Yeah, I love it. I really
Mm-hmm.
like it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, another thing I'm fixated on. It's kind of a pet peeve. It's not that I love it. Does that count? It's a change I want to see in the world.
Okay. That's good.
Headlights are too bright. Okay,
Yes.
headlights have gotten way too bright.
Uh-huh.
They are so blinding, and I think our nation's roadways headlights have gotten 50% brighter in the last 5 years. I read that today. They're blinding us out there. And I think that we need to turn down the headlights a little bit. Another thing I'm fixated on is my van. I can't stop thinking about it. I have to build it out. And so I've been watching a lot of van build out YouTube videos. And the first
Okay.
thing you have to do is insulate it. And I'm waiting on my insulation to arrive. And I'm
Okay.
really excited about this insulation because it's pre-cut. Okay.
Ooh.
That means that that means that you go back here, right? This is my van. You go back here, and none of this stuff's going to be in there. And I'm going to take it all out, and then I'm going to insulate it so that we get a constant temp so I can sleep in back there. Then I'm going to put my bed in, and I'm going to have the bed fold out from the side like that.
I think that's incredible. And you can do there's so much space back there too. Like you
So much
could really
space.
build out so much, have a
I
little like
know.
house back there on
That's what I'm going to do. I'm
wheels.
going to house and wheels.
Yeah.
I'm also obsessed with listening to the radio.
What type of music do you listen to on the radio?
Well, that's the thing about the radio is that you don't always get to choose, and I like that
Yeah.
about the radio. I love 2010s. That's what I
Okay.
love. I love like Who's That
Okay.
Chick by David Guetta, and I like stuff like that. And I like Adele. So I listened to a bunch of Adele on the radio today.
Do you have a favorite Adele song?
I love Hello.
Yeah.
I
Classic.
love Hello because I know all the words, and the words are really easy.
Yeah.
But I like Set
Yeah.
Fire to the Rain too. I like the hits.
Yeah. You cannot go wrong with Adele's discography.
She's
is banger
amazing.
after banger. Yeah. Yeah. One of one. One of one.
One of one.
Love those hyperfixations. I want to get into a little bit of you and your story. When people are on here for the first time, I love to have, rather than me going through their autobiography or me reading your Wikipedia page, I would much rather you describe yourself to people the way that if you were to like meet someone for the first time, they had no idea who you were, any background on Jack.
Yes.
How would you want them to know you? So who is Jack Schlossberg?
I'm a young man. I'm 32 years old. I'm from New York City. I'm a content creator. Against all the plans that I made, I became a content creator. So I didn't plan for any of it to go this way, but in response to what I see happening in our country every day and what I saw happening last year, and really over the course of my whole life, I've been obsessed with politics. And I think about politics all the time. So I went to law school, I went to business school because I wanted to understand it better. And I thought I would go work as a lawyer or go work, like I thought about being a public defender for a while. Then the campaign happened, dude. Then my whole life changed, dude.
Which campaign was that?
Harris campaign. Last year, my whole life changed so much.
Okay.
I was like a kind of nerdy, but also really bad at school. Interesting combination. I grew up, I was like super not good at sports, and girls didn't like me at all. And well, not at all, but I wasn't like a cool kid. I just had a passion for politics and what's going on in law.
Mm-hmm.
And I like to work hard. And I don't really know how to describe myself, like my whole bio, because there's a lot of unique things about my life that come up. I don't know. I feel like I have a unique life.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a fun guy.
Mm-hmm.
And I really think seriously and hard about issues all the time. And I follow the news closely. I love to read. I like to drive. I love water sports. The thing I care most about is fish. I bet a lot of people don't know that about me.
Okay.
I'm passionate about fish. I know so much about them.
Do you go
so
fishing?
much. Yeah, I love to fish.
Okay.
But yeah, there's no fish left, Mitchell. You know about this?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no fish left, and it's really sad. It's not even that it's sad. It's just dumb. It's just bad management. So I don't really know how I got to talking about fish, but yeah, I grew up. Only thing I wanted to do was fish, basically till I was 25. So if you're ever wondering what this guy's thinking about, it's usually fish.
That is Jack's number one issue, top priority. Fish.
It is. There's none left. 90% of the fish in the ocean have been killed since 1950. You know that? 90%?
I didn't know that. What I did know is I studied abroad in Japan for a period and learned all about like how there's like literally all like the ecosystems are just devastated there from the overfishing, and there's been nothing done to combat it at all. You said you grew up in New York City. What was Jack's life like growing up?
Well, I went to this all-boys school. And it was like a small all-boys school, and I went there from kindergarten to senior year.
Did you have to wear uniforms?
Yeah, like shirt and tie. It wasn't like not like quite Gossip Girl, where like you have to have a coat and tie. There are schools like that. I wore like a stained Brooks Brothers shirt and like a loose tie, and like we didn't look that great.
Okay.
To be honest, it was a lot of homework and normal stuff like that. I guess I didn't realize that it was like abnormal to live in New York until I left and went to college.
Okay.
I think, and because it was just kind of like what I knew, and it was just kind of going to school, going to your friend's house, playing sports, whatever. It was a lot of homework. That's really what I remember. Basically doing homework all the time.
Go to school, go home, do homework, repeat.
Think about fishing.
Yeah. Maybe get fishing in like one day a week on the side if you can. Was there ever a moment when you were younger when you realized that like your family was quote unquote different, or you were a part of something bigger? Like, is there an instance where like someone reacted a certain way that you were like, whoa, like I'm a part of something?
I think it was more like gradual, something I feel like I always had awareness of. I would say as a little kid, my uncle Teddy, Senator Edward M. Kennedy, he was alive and he was a big presence in my life. Not every day or all the time or anything. We didn't live in the same city. He was in DC and Boston, but all my earliest memories are of him, and just not even of what was happening, just of an energy that he had and brought. And looking back, he died when I was like 16. And so he really was like a towering figure, someone I really admired and respected. And there was just like an energy about, it's just like, oh, there's this guy, everyone calls him senator, and like you grow up and you're like, oh wait, like he's a senate, you're like, oh, that's what's going on. And then you realize like, oh, he's not, you kind of piece it together over time. And so for me, he represented like a living connection to that actual past that I think so many people remember, and President Kennedy. It
was like a physical thing in your life rather than just like what people verbally tell you.
It's hard to describe in words, but he carried a certain weight and had an amazing light energy at the same time that was just like, oh, this is like, as a little kid, I just was like, oh, this is like special. And I think also my mother also has that same vibe. And I think, just growing up, people would always react to her when seeing her. And it was like, oh, like, I don't know when I realized like everyone recognizes your mom or whatever, but like that was just always true. It was really when Barack Obama, it ran in 2007 and 8. I was 15 or 16, and it was like getting into politics, being so excited, and then kind of realizing and drawing the connections back to my own past. That was when I really was like, oh, whoa, this is incredibly interesting and compelling and something I want to learn more about. And how do you win, and what's going on, and what's happening here, and where did this all begin, and like, no way. And there's actually a moment in 10th grade, I remember it like it was yesterday, and I would like get uncomfortable if we were learning about, the Kennedy administration or something, like I just, whatever. The teacher, I was goofing off in the back of class, classic. And she just called on me and goes, what's the Kennedy administration's policy in Laos? And I was like, so embarrassed that I had no idea. And I went home and I started just like, I did not like reading at that time. And I was just like, okay, I like hammered out like 5 books about the Kennedy administration. It's like, I need to understand this. I need to know more about it. I never want that to happen again.
Yeah.
And all these years later, I still don't know the answer to her question because it's like such, I mean, there is an interesting history there, but it's so, I mean, it was like also, you know, got to be ready for people to come at you and
Yeah.
all that. So that was like a moment, a crystallizing moment that really lit a fire under my bottom to go and learn and understand my history. And so that sticks out.
Once you started then down that path of like learning and getting involved in those campaigns, did the step to then be more so in the public eye yourself come naturally?
I would describe it like Obama ran in 2007 and 8, and it was like so exciting. And my family, I felt involved. And then after he won, it was like, you know, you could feel like you could make a difference. Like, oh my God, like I went to Pennsylvania and we won and it made a difference. And there was like so much hope and optimism. I started like learning, and it was like gradually sticking your toe out a little, but really not doing much, and doing a lot of stuff for the Kennedy Library and those speeches and putting my time there. And that got a lot out of that. But I didn't really feel comfortable until after I had like passed the bar, honestly. Okay. And after I had done that, I was like, honestly, I think I know enough to like say a little bit more or had more confidence there. And then when this whole campaign, 2024, and just as I felt like I didn't have a choice, really, I mean, that's not true. I did, but I felt compelled to speak out because I really cared. And so I just gave it a whirl, and everyone told me it was a bad idea at the time.
Let's timeline this. So like, I feel like before that we ever had like any sort of thought of Harris becoming the nominee or running a campaign, like you had kind of started making more content on TikTok and like blowing up, and people loved like how goofy and how fun you were and like loved your bits that you would do. Once we get to the portion, you know, where the Harris campaign becomes a thing, do they ask you to get involved or do you reach out to them?
I really genuinely loved Joe Biden.
Yeah.
And to me, his administration represents like a progressive dream. And like we've kind of forgotten, and the narrative has been totally rewritten about what got done there. And so I felt like I really felt that way about President Biden, and I wasn't hearing online what I like. It was really like, dude, online is all right, like all right wing, I mean. And I love this president and I want him to get elected. I see this like, so I was like, I really want to make videos. To answer your question, like at that point, the Harris campaign and I, like, it was clear that we wanted to work together or whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, they totally asked me.
Yeah.
And the stuff that I wanted to try, and for the Biden campaign, they didn't really want to go in that direction with making those kind of videos. And so I was like, okay, honestly, then I have to do it myself and I have no choice. And then it was like, you're crazy, a lot of people said. And I was like, I don't think so. I think that I'm just like doing the exact same thing I'm seeing everyone else doing. I'm just like doing it for Joe Biden, not for Trump. And then I think over time, people have realized that this is a way to communicate with people that doesn't follow the same rules.
Yeah. And it seemed like, at least from my perspective, that like once the campaign switched over, there seemed to be a greater willingness to have a little bit more fun.
They ran an amazing campaign. Like, we forget that also, that they had 100 days and that they actually did, like, imagine if none of that happened. Like, imagine if like no one our age like even had those 3 months of like, oh, there is like someone who will like say yes and give you a voice and support you and like stand for these things and let you guys speak your mind. Like, imagine if we didn't even have that. Like that was a big deal. And there was a lot of positive energy. I saw it with my own eyes, and I went to these camp places and I felt it myself. And like, people made friendship bracelets, people made videos, like all that stuff really did happen. And no, we didn't win, but I think that was like a gift to the future, that look, like our generation does care, know what we're talking about, and can get people excited and motivated.
Yeah. Do you remember how many stops you went on?
Probably like 10 or 15.
What was it like for you, like walking into those spaces and like seeing people like so excited to see you? It's got to be a unique experience to have.
What was so crazy was like, I don't have like a press team, and I don't have anyone who works for me, and I don't have anything like that. It's just me on my phone.
Yeah.
And so for me, it was like recording all these videos kind of by myself or like with one of my friends there laughing, right? And not that I didn't think about it and not that they were casual, but it was just like you and me talking, and then like all of a sudden, like, oh my God, everyone saw them. Like then you go around and like everyone, it's so crazy how you can connect with people that way. And that's what's so cool about these days. But it was crazy to be like, oh, like somebody heard it. Cause like you just make it on your phone and you don't really think anyone's like, I don't know. It's just it was wild. It was really wild.
Like you're just dancing around and being goofy, and suddenly you open up a social media app and there's an edit of you with sparkles and.
Well, yeah. I mean, I also felt like it was very strategic the way I did it, just so like, like I was like, okay, I want to say some stuff. I know also that there are other reasons why other things that do well online too, and you can't just do one. So if you want to make your serious point about politics, then you better also have something else to draw people in. And so I was like, let it rip. Just let it rip. See what happens. We can't, nothing to lose here, because what? People think I'm silly. Like, well, what if it helps? What if it helps a little bit?
And does it really hurt to bring joy into people's lives either?
Yeah. Like, what's going on here?
Like, why can't we have a
what
little
else
fun?
Are we doing?
Why can't we be confident in ourselves to be able to have a guy just having fun and expressing themselves? I don't know what's bad about that, right?
Thank you, Mitchell.
Like, of course. I mean,
How did you get so interested in all this stuff? How did you start making content?
When I was in college, I was listening to a podcast and I was like, I feel like there's like a perspective missing here. And so 3.5 years ago now, I started this show. It used to be like in a whole studio and stuff, and like very produced. And I would have different people on to like share their stories and stuff. And it's kind of just like grown and evolved since then. But now I try to just have people on that I'm interested in hearing from and like hear their stories and how it's different. And like, honestly, even if someone's on Dancing with the Stars, or if they're like some TikToker, like there's so many like commonalities that we all have. Like we're all humans. And I think society tries to make us feel like we're so different from each other when in reality we're not.
We're not.
So that's kind of what I like to do. I just have fun and giggle while I'm doing it too.
Got to. That's the way to do it.
Normalize giggling. I think everyone just needs to laugh more.
I agree. I'm doing it all day long. I'm just trying to make myself laugh.
And if people don't get it, I think that says so much about their mental ability. Like if you can't get satire, come on.
Tell me about it. What's fun also, I feel like about now, is that there's like an element to what's going on where it's kind of like speaking your own language, or like you're making the joke that like purposefully either triggers them, or there's some kind of like interaction that you're playing that's like beyond the joke with your audience, where it's like, oh, they're saying that because of this kind of secret reason, and like I get it. Or being in on the joke, or have it, I think, is like a very powerful way to subvert authority, actually, of like, oh, they don't get that it's they don't get it, is power.
Like you saying that you're going to leave the MAGA movement.
Exactly.
Or asking for a surrogate.
Exactly.
But to wrap up the campaign portion, was there like a single like takeaway that you took from? Yeah,
there was. There was this. Okay, Mitchell.
I'm listening.
There was this. Young people, and I really mean this, and it sound whatever. I really mean it. Like, that whole thing was a lesson in speak your mind. America relies on young people to speak their mind and to lead political movements and political change. And you can't wait around for grown-ups or anybody else, grown-ups, right, But you can't wait around for the people who you have looked to for your whole life to have the answer, because they might not have the answer. And I feel like that's what we all kind of saw happening was, oh my gosh, we're not competing. We don't actually really know how to do this and fight back. And except a younger generation does actually know how, and we do care. And I believe in paying your dues and waiting your turn, and that hard work is the like ultimate measure of your qualifications, and that like it's upon everyone individually to make themselves as smart as they can. I believe all that, and you shouldn't just like pop off if you don't know what you're talking about. Really believe that. At the same time, I also believe that like you need to let it rip and speak your mind and not wait for people to tell you that it's okay or it's a good idea, and you have to take risks. Otherwise, you miss the boat. So that, to me, the campaign was like, there is no time to waste not speaking out anymore. There's like, and don't think that somebody else knows how to do this, because we're in uncharted territory. And so we all have an obligation also that we all can do something and have an obligation to try.
Yeah. Well, and people want to hear authentic messaging. They don't want to hear regurgitated talking points or a script.
Yes, and it like doesn't have to be perfect. You just have to like, if you care, like put together a little statement. Like you can do it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a great takeaway. I think everyone needs to just think about that a little bit, because there's actually a great transition, because 7 months into this new administration, it really feels like the Democratic Party, at least those in leadership, refuse to take that takeaway and refuse to listen and try to pivot at all. They're just stuck in the clog and don't want to push back to anything going on. From your perspective, Jack, is there a reason why you think they're so stubborn?
I think this is like the central thing that we need to focus on and talk about, is the fact that the Democratic Party has to come together and figure out its identity a little bit. And I think what you said feels true in some ways. I would say I'll get to what you said, but first I want to not lose sight of the fact that a lot of people have come around. A lot of people like do get it. And I think a lot of like 6 months ago, whatever, in the week after the election, no senator had an Instagram. None of these people had any of it. And they're all at least trying. Like everyone's trying now. And there is a lot more progressive media, and people are getting the message out there that you guys don't know what you're talking about. Is like, I think that's like, we're figuring out better and better ways of communicating frustration into ways that like they can understand and see that, oh, this is tapping into something that can help you. It's not, we're not threatening you. So I want to not lose sight of the fact that like
some people are trying.
Like some people are, and some people are like trying to help bring other people in and support them. So that's actually true. And then we should remember it. The flip side is like, you're right. And I would say that that's the thing that I was most naive about in my own life. It's like, oh, damn, like I didn't see it coming from you guys. I didn't see it coming from like our own party leaders. I thought like you guys would be excited to have a bunch of young people who were into politics as well and also care about our country. Why do I think this is? I think it's a couple things. I think the classic reasons is like vested interest in money. And I think it's unfortunately true. And it's like, we have corruption on our side. And some people like don't want to talk because they like, there's a lot of people who are unwilling to take difficult stands because it will hurt them personally. And that's politics, but that's also very disappointing. One of the reasons is this, and it's not always a bad thing. One of the reasons is that's kind of how our government's structured, like especially federal government. It's like you're rewarded with the more time you spend there, and that's always been true. So it's like you got to spend time in Congress to like get on the committee. You got to spend time there to like amass power, honestly. And I don't think that's a great quality of our government, but it's definitely true that like the best legislators, all the best, all the most important legislation, all that stuff is like passed by like these masters who like wait it out and that like figure out how to like puppet masters. And that's not good. And there's a lot of wrong, but that has always been true, that Washington is like behind the times, and you got to just like knock the door down.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we can do it.
We just have to tiptoe our way in there and gradually, hopefully.
I think we're crushing it.
Yeah. The part that like is difficult is that I see the creators out there that are doing a great job. Like I think specifically like the I've Had It ladies do an amazing job. Like people like that are really being bold and like standing up to this like conservative messaging. It feels like there's not enough that if I wasn't someone who was paying attention, that those that are just kind of like living their day-to-day lives aren't getting the messaging breaking through to them, which is unfortunate.
Totally agree with you. I think it all comes down to risk taking. Politicians don't like that. Mm-hmm. They don't like it. No one likes it. It's scary. It's scary to go up against these people because they are in power and we don't know what they're going to do. And they're suing everybody for all they're worth. And people, the biggest media companies in the country are folding and settling with them and surrendering. And it's very scary. And there are huge consequences to speaking out. It's like a very difficult moment to do this. So I think the people who are doing it deserve a lot of credit.
Yes.
And I think that we will win in the end. But yeah, it sucks. It sucks that these people aren't with it. It makes me so mad. Don't get me wrong. Like I'm so frustrated. I try not to focus on that, but it kills me.
Yeah. You think about it too much and you begin to spiral and crash out. Do you think there's a specific action that can be taken between now and the midterms to try to combat that a little bit?
I do. I think naming people is very important. I think that identifying your opponent is incredibly important. It is as important as rallying around your own candidate. And we saw that. I think like Wisconsin, honestly, was a huge lesson. It was like the whole country was watching that one race, right? And everyone knew that, this was your chance to send a message. And everyone's eyes were focused on that race. It was for like 2 days, no one remembers now.
Supreme Court.
Yeah. To me, that was a light bulb went off when that race happened. It was like, oh, if people know where to look, like they do care and like you can convince them, but it's like, it's too much when it's like Trump or like, it's just so when it's all national, it's like, if you can like be like, okay, no, we need like, I need you to understand there's 10 people, there's these 10 Congress people, or there's these 4 senators, or there's like 6 secretaries of state races. And like, you don't need to pay attention to everything, but just like, please like donate to these ones. Like let's focus on these. Let's like make sure that we talk about what these Republicans have voted for, like maybe every single day until the election starting now, and just like hammer it home. Consistently the same people. Oh, this guy sucks. This person sucks. They suck. Like I believe you have to do that because that's what's being done to us every day. They're ripping us. To answer your question, I always tell people like you don't have to be an expert on everything. Nobody is, but you might have one thing that like either really makes you excited or really makes you mad, and because for whatever reason, maybe it's like an environmental thing, or maybe it's about something in your local state, but like, that like this one thing is not cool. Make a statement with some facts, with like a little bit of, you don't have to like share your whole life story, but like a little bit of how it affected you maybe. So like people get why you're pissed, and just put it out there, please.
Make a little noise.
Make a little noise. You don't have to do everything. Just like one thing that you're connected to is enough.
Yeah. Okay. Well, speaking of making a little noise, we kind of touched on it before, but you have been lending your voice to a variety of things on your social channels over the years, whether it's like you being silly or you speaking up about something. It's earned you a nickname, Jack.
Yes.
The People's Princess. How do you feel about that title?
Funniest thing I've ever heard. I'd laugh so hard when I first heard it. It's awesome. It's so true. It's also, to me, that's the internet working. Yeah. It's like the perfect nickname or whatever. Like, just hilarious. I take it as a huge compliment, a badge of honor. Yeah, I don't know. It's like, whatever. I don't care if you think I'm a princess. I don't care if anybody thinks I'm like femi or if it like gay, like all this stuff.
I don't think it's a gendered word in this context.
No.
It's like the underdog that people support. That's what it means to the internet. Yeah.
100%. Yeah. I just love it. And to me, that was awesome. I love it.
And the Jack Schlossberg edits are incredible.
They sure are. I've seen a couple.
Those editors, they go in.
They go hard.
Across the board. Like it's art. It's cinema.
It's so encouraging that people understand my sense of like, or not my specifically, but like for anyone, when other people understand your sense of humor, it's so much fun. And it's so fun to have people who are like, get your thing is like so gratifying. And not that that's why you should do it so people like it, but like when that does happen, I find that to be like, oh, that's so nice. People understand. Like people think I'm funny. That's great.
Yeah.
Like I think I'm funny.
Yeah. It's the ultimate badge of honor for sure.
Yeah.
So we talked a little bit about your passions for fishing. You love it.
Yeah. Well, for fish.
For fish. Okay.
Protecting them. They're the cutest things in the world. The cutest little animals. Yes. They're always smiling. And all we do is eat them. Okay. And we can't make more of them very easily. It's pretty hard to make more fish. It's very easy to make more cows. It's very easy to make more chickens. It's not very easy to make more fish, and we don't have any left. Think twice before you have sushi, okay?
Besides conserving the ecosystem of fish, another passion you have is dance.
I do love to dance.
You have shared videos of you practicing and performing ballet, which
I do love ballet.
You are incredible. You eat. Like you should. When's the Broadway debut? Like the people are waiting.
I know.
When did you start dancing?
Well, Mitchell, let me tell you this, and nobody really knows this about me besides people who are close to me. Okay. I had a really bad injury when I was 25 years old, and I couldn't really walk. I could walk, but barely for about 4.5-5 years.
What happened?
And I broke my back and my hip, and I had to have 2 hip surgeries, and it was awful. So like I was like in bed. I was like bedridden for a really long time. Damn. And I couldn't exercise, and it was terrible. I thought I would never get better, and I did get better, but for a while a lot of the people who helped me were former dancers. They helped me with PT. Okay. And so there was a while where like I was still getting better, but I still couldn't do very much. Like I couldn't do like anything with impact, right? And so I was like, you know what I could do though? Ballet, because it's really about posture, helping your posture and your spine. And so that's how I got into it, was to try to strengthen my posture and get better posture and be like better with my movement control. No aspirations to perform or anything. And then I just I found community in my ballet class. And I find it very inspiring, transporting art form, honestly. And I think that ballet dancers are literally the best athletes in the entire world. Like they are the most athletic people on earth, and they are so unbelievably disciplined. And like that kind of stuff speaks to me. Like super like regimented challenges I really like to do. And so I got in because of an injury, so that was like helpful to get better. It was like kind of PT that I could do that was like more fun than just the really boring stuff. But I was like, okay, like I can't do what I want to do, but maybe I could like do a bar class like after years. Anyway, so I started doing it, and then like I just really wanted to dance, and I loved music, and I loved to dance. It was so much fun. And then I like made it all. It's like all about my ladies in the class. They inspire me. They're awesome. I met so many cool people doing ballet.
Yeah, it looks so fun, and the videos of you guys performing, it's really like everyone does an amazing job.
It was so stressful.
How much rehearsal did you have beforehand?
I like did it every day from like after the election until I performed, so maybe 4.5 months.
And then you had your performance, and it was the most stressful day. Why?
Well, it was like because the all-female competition environment is like ruthless. It's like, no, Jack, like, no one cares that you're like silly. Get it right. No one cares that like you have an Instagram. Like get the dance move right. There's no room for this is art. This is not like about trying your best. You need to figure this out and do it and remember it. So I'm like,
Was that your first time performing on a stage?
And anything that's not like a speech, yeah.
But like in a show.
Yeah, I guess I did. I was always cast as the female in high school plays. I went to all boys school, so I played like the nurse in Romeo and Juliet.
Were you like wearing a wig?
I was wearing wearing a wig and like an old school nurse's hat.
Oh my gosh!
But not since then.
Okay. No, yeah. When it's show day, like that's high pressure. Like
it's unreal. Because you don't want to let the other people down. You don't want to let the other dancers down. It's not about you. It's like, I don't care about I obviously am not like, it's about, I don't want to, like, if I'm out of step and everyone looks at me, everyone looks at the person who's out of step and who fucks up. And then you take attention away from the beautiful people who are doing their job perfectly. Well,
thankfully you didn't mess up, Jack.
I didn't. I actually like danced out of my mind. I danced out of my mind. I crushed it.
Would you ever explore other styles of dance?
Totally. Totally would. I'm like ready now, I think, to try some other, although ballet is addicting because it's like, you just want to get better at it. You just want to look as good as, as
elegant. So elegant and graceful.
It's so elegant and graceful. But I obviously want to take a hip hop class.
Okay.
I've taken a couple, but I'm really, really bad at it. Or like, it's scary because it's so much more, it's like attitude. You know, you have to really like, it's a lot about like personality. Ballet is about like pushing everything down. I'm better at that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, I can just be in the zone, lock in, and yeah. If Dancing with the Stars ever called you to be on the show, would you consider it?
Literally in a heartbeat. They don't even need to call me. I'll just like show up. I would love to do that. It would be a dream.
I think you'd be amazing on that show, Jack.
Same.
Okay. Well, speaking of shows, it was recently announced that Ryan Murphy is making a show about your uncle, JFK Jr., and you spoke out against it, saying that you don't like that people are making money off of it or not, making sure that it fairly represents your family, XYZ. And Demois recently reported that allegedly multiple shows are in development about him and your family.
I know. I keep seeing it all over my newsfeed.
Is there anything a creative team or production could do to get your blessing?
I want to say that, I think it's awesome people are interested in my Uncle John and that he was an amazing person and that it's really not about like, oh, like no one can make anything or I'm going to be mad. It's really not about that. Yeah. I think it's cool that people take an interest in his life. And I think that that's a huge compliment to him and that he was an amazing person and like deserves credit for what he did. I think the John F. Kennedy Library in Boston is an amazing institution, and donating to that library, which is a place that maintains a lot of the things that John worked on his whole life and had to hold up himself, which is the Kennedy legacy and President Kennedy and all he did and my grandmother and what she stood for. Like there are a lot of institutions that could, that are getting their federal funding yanked from them right now that they rely on. And if you're going to make a documentary about somebody, well, maybe you should help support the things that they worked on and stood for in their life.
100%. Absolutely. If you could cast anyone to play you in one of these shows, if there's someone that, like, that you think could embody Jack?
Well, we'd have to bring back Audrey Hepburn from the dead. Wait, there was someone that my friend, there's a congresswoman who looks exactly like me, or I look like her. She's from Washington.
She's a congresswoman from like Washington State.
Congresswoman from Washington State. It's like in her and it starts with like a G last name.
G. Marie
Gruesome. Yes. Doesn't she look exactly like me?
Wait. Yes, she does.
She looks so much like me.
I think you guys could be related.
I know. So I would want her to play me.
Okay.
Also, she's really cool and like a great voice for young Democrats. So she's
perfect.
Great.
Perfect. Elevate her career.
But maybe she's probably busy. She's probably busy.
Yeah, she's booked.
Yeah. So maybe we get someone else.
I have one last question that I want to ask you, Jack.
Okay.
This is a very important question.
What is it?
Who is your favorite pop girl?
Is Rihanna a pop girl?
Rihanna? Yeah.
Well, she's my favorite of ever. She's my number one ever.
Why is she
Her
number
music
one?
is unbelievable. Who's that chick? S&M. All of them. Disturbia. Where's We Found Love? And like, I'm not even thinking of all the best ones. So
Endless. She needs to come back. We
Endless.
Need the album.
She's the best. Work.
I think, Jack, if anyone can pick up the torch and lead us to a new album from Rihanna, I think it's you.
I love her.
Well, we're out of time, Jack. We didn't get to talk about your show, which everyone needs to listen to and watch. Test Drive.
Right. Go watch my show.
It's so good. You do an amazing job breaking down the headlines. I love it. I'll link it below.
Thank you so
Jack,
much.
Yes, thank you for being here. Do you want to give everyone your
Mitchell.
socials so they can find you and follow you?
Yes, Jack Uno, YouTube, Test Drive, TikTok, Jack Schlossberg.
Love it.
Mitchell. Mitchell, will we hang out in Wisconsin? Say yes.
Yes, absolutely. Everyone follow the podcast on Instagram at UnpackTHT and on TikTok at UnpackThatPod. I'll see you guys next time. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you, Jack.
Thank you so much, Mitchell.
You're the best. Talk to you later. Bye.
Okay, thanks. Bye.